Alright guys, what is up? We are here in a game between Axraiser and Apriest. Apriest is a SP player. He's here in the top left hand side. He's quite good. Not only is he good, but he also plays a very good battle group, and that's always a double whammy, right? That's always what kind of annoys me in this game sometimes. Is this is no harp on Pox Junkie or anything, but he's a very good player. But he also plays very good battle groups, and he has a knack for making good battle groups, and that's nice and all. But it's always kind of like in German you say like Doppelgemoppelt, so you're being doubled down on. So for example, now if in general the player base was large enough to allow for players, let's say I'm a very good player, but I play a mediocre battle group, then I would be put around at the same level, or I'd be playing the same people who are maybe worse than me, but are playing better battle groups, right? And that would mean that the games are fun either way. And that's kind of what doesn't happen too often in Poxnora, just because there's so few players that sometimes you have these games where you have a very good player playing a very good battle group versus, let's say, me, for example. I'm an okay player. I'm not horrible, but then I'm playing, let's say, something that's not amazing. Now, I think Moga are very good, so I wouldn't have to actually get too mad if I have a very good player playing a very good battle group against my Moga, because I think they are very strong. But if I'm playing, let's say, Slags, right, and somebody's playing a very good battle group against that, whereas I think Slags are all right, but they're definitely not tier 1 or god tier, so I can get pretty annoyed if I'm playing against a good player who's also playing a god tier battle group. So that's always what annoys me sometimes with Pox Junkie or some of the better players, when they're like, yes, they're a good player, but they're also playing the best battle group in the game. It's like, hey, you know, you're already very good, and 90% of the time you're going to be playing against noobs. Why don't you play something that is maybe not as good, but a bit more, you know, creative or fun or interesting? So that can be my problem sometimes. Now, obviously, I sometimes play very good battle groups too, so I can't be too mad. Now that the game is starting, let's get into it and see what's happening. So on the right-hand side, I didn't really say it yet, is we do have Axraiser, a very good and very old IS player, and he has lately been playing Dwarves, and that's what we see here as well. We have the Deep Miner out. So he's already gaining 9 extra Nora a turn. It says 6, but it is 9. So he's getting 18 every round, which is a lot. That's actually 3 more Nora than the Deep Cave Extractor can put out, correct? Now, another plus side of the Deep Miner is that he can she can create these build mines or mines, which can then be used to teleport from one location to the next. Now, the plus side of the Extractor, though, is that it's, first of all, quicker. It has 6 speed instead of 4. Well, you know, this one has 4 and lumbering. The Extractor has 6 in lumbering. And second of all, at least in my opinion, what is good about the Extractor is it is a shaman. So you can put the Staff of Solstice on the shaman, or on the Extractor, and then use it as just, you know, you're using then AP on a champion that wouldn't otherwise use AP, right? And that's pretty nice. Just to, okay. Oh, is he going to go back? No? Yeah, okay, he is. So then you can use your AP on a champion to do things. Like, otherwise, you'd have to use 3 AP every 2 turns. Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, this is a very hard startup to play against if you're Axraiser. He has his Cardinal. Playing the Cardinal bot was hard for him, because then all he can do is either like stay around here and attack the mid font, or, yeah, now he's basically 2 fonts down, right? 2 fonts down. There's a Rift Lord in this font, so usually you'd be like, hey, I can play the... this is just GG already. This is just already game. I don't see any way in which Axraiser can actually come back from this. His bottom font is completely dominated, right? He can't get it back from the Cardinal unless there's something to deal with it, like now, right? He can't deploy to kill it. He has to get into the font, but if he does, the Cardinal will just die because it's at 42 HP versus this extremely strong Flame Fist. He deployed again. There's 3 champions coming up already. He's like, how is he so many champions down? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champions versus 3. And then obviously the Nora Miner, which I don't really count. Yeah, he can hope to get this kill. If he gets this kill, then at the very least he'll get his font back, and then he's only not as much Nora down because he has the Deep Miner, and then the noble can come and help against this Rift Lord. But he's also going to get wrecked because the Flame Burst will actually hit the Cardinal into one of these terrains. And that just means, first of all, the Sermon will go away. But second of all, he'll take the 20 damage then, right? Alright, Flame Bomb will kind of deal with these, but not really. Just because it won't be enough to kill them, even with the Chard. I think this will do, let's say, in all, maybe 11 damage or 10, something like that. If he puts Warbanner down, he'll be at 12. Then he'll get the kill with the Chard. Yeah, okay, never mind. Now there's the War Drummer. War Drummer will just Battle Drum. Yeah. And that's just what SP meta does, right? This is just SP meta's playground. Especially when you have 2 fonts. The more fonts you have as SP, the stronger you are. Because just like with FS, on the no fonts map, your percentage of amount of Nora you're gaining more is insane, right? Because it's 0 fonts for 0 fonts, but then if you are FS, you're getting 6 extra Nora a turn. While in this case, with SP, because you can deploy every single turn, because you have 2 safe fonts, you're getting like 80 Nora a turn, and you're deploying every turn, and you're getting the max bonus you can from your font, right? Or from your, from your faction bonus. And this is then what happens. He deploys the Cyclopean Fire Cases twice. So 2 Cyclopean Fire Cases that can just run around. With Turtle, that is. Is he attacking this? Yeah, there's the Fire Bomb. It would have done 8, 9, 10, 11. So it would have done 11. Exactly. And then plus the War Banner, it would have done 12. But without War Banner, it actually doesn't deal enough. Yeah, this is, I guess, what he can do. But you have to remember, there's always vertical push. And as far as I know, AP Priest, actually plays 2 vertical pushes. So there's no real point here. So VP will go on to the Brewmaster. Like, yeah, it's at 6 defense, but VP and then it's GG. So double tap. He might even have the kill here. Yeah, there's the kill. He gets -5 as well. Now he just VPs the Brewmaster, and then it's good game. This is just one of those dominated games. Like, what could you have done? This is an interesting map where, what's it called? Consume resources is so strong, because when this happens, when they just go for your side fonts and you're like, well, I just lost because of the battle group, then you just play, consume resources, you retreat and you build up. And that's what this battle group wants to do as well. The Dwarves, they want to get, like, I don't know, 6, 7 champions all in one spot, not all spread out like this. All right, I wonder if he plays the he's on range with this. I was thinking he could also play Peaks Tactics, but he doesn't, I guess. Or he didn't play it. Maybe he doesn't have it, I'm not sure. He can play Annihilate or a spell. He just he double plays it. He double plays Throw Boulder. Oh, this is just such a that was such a sad game. But yeah, this is just what happens. And what I would have done, I don't think Axraiser had very much of a chance to win there. Not against that start. And that's just what, like, draw win is, basically. That's the definition of a draw win. He just went top, went bot, he took over both fonts, and that's where, like I said, consume resources might have helped. What he also could have thought of is leaving his bottom font. So not putting any resources there. But instead he could have just deployed only middle and top, and then went from there. So, like, so once he saw the Hynid, maybe he could have done something. I'm not sure. Anyway, GG.